Hi there. Look at the pictures and messages. Do you know what happened? A phone is found. But whose phone is it? Can you fill in the blanks? I'll tell you the answer in a minute. Today we are going to learn expressing possession. As possession has a lot to do with nouns, let's do a quick noun review. As we've learned previously, a noun can be a person, a thing, a place, or an idea. A noun can have up to 5 functions and positions. Number 1, a noun can be the subject when it's put before any verb. Number 2, a noun can be the complement when following a linking verb. Then a noun can be the object of a verb when it's placed after a VT or VD. Lastly, a noun can be the object of a preposition if put after it. A noun can be countable or uncountable. A countable noun has singular and plural forms, like 1 car, 2 cars, while an uncountable noun can be used only in a singular form. Therefore, we can say milk, but not milks. When we want to show that something belongs to someone, we may use the possessive adjective with a noun, like my toy, our toy, your toy, his, her, its, and their toy. Unlike possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns can replace the noun and noun phrase that I already mentioned. Now go back to the first question. Whose phone is it? A, B, or C? The answer goes to B. John is a person, a singular noun. By adding an apostrophe and S, we show that John has possession of the phone. That's, he owns the phone. So, what's possession? Possession is the state of having or owning something. Something is a noun. Possession means ownership. Living things and non-living things have different ways to express that. Let's focus on ownership by living things first. There are 3 basic rules when a living thing owns something. First, if it's a singular noun, we add an apostrophe and S. Consider this example. Whose car is it? My father is a singular noun. Therefore, we add an apostrophe and S. My father's car. Second, for plurals that end in S or S sound, just add an apostrophe after the S. The pronunciation is the same. Now, whose car is it? My parents' car. Third, for plurals that don't end in S, the rule is the same as singulars. That's by adding an apostrophe and S. A child's mobile phone will be converted to children's mobile phones. Here are more plurals that don't end in S. Can you transform the singular possessive nouns into their plural form? First, we make the noun plural, then add an apostrophe and S. See if you get them right. Next question. Which of these 2 phrases refers to the people owning the same thing? A or B? The answer is A. If I say Abby and Sarah's room, it means they share a room together. But Abby's and Sarah's rooms means they each have their own room. Therefore, if 2 or more nouns share ownership, that's they own the same thing, we add an apostrophe and S to only the last noun. The picture here indicates that Joe and Joanne own the relationship together. Therefore, we only put an apostrophe and S to the last noun. If the house belongs to both mom and dad, where do we put an apostrophe and S? The last noun again. Yet, if 2 or more nouns have different ownership, each will need an apostrophe and S. Like the picture shows, Rita has 1 car. Ryan also has 1 car. They own different cars, right? Therefore, each noun needs an apostrophe and S. The same goes to Kate and Kyle. Each gets a different grade, and thus an apostrophe and S is added after each name. Moving on to ownership by non-living things. Look at the picture. What's this? If you are thinking, this is the book's cover, well, good try, but the proper way is to say, this is the cover of the book. Why? Because unlike living things, non-living things cannot own things. We usually use the or phrase to show something is a part of a non-living thing. Here are more examples. We don't say the building's roof, but the roof of the building, because a building is a non-living thing. It can't own the roof. The roof of the building means the roof is part of the building. Similarly, we say the beginning of the film, the cause of the problem, and the back of the car, as the film, the problem, the car are all non-living things. But there are some exceptions. First, we may use an apostrophe and s when a noun refers to personified objects. For example, Hong Kong's love of travel. Here, I'm not talking about the city as a place. I'm referring to Hong Kong people. The noun Hong Kong is personified. Second, use an apostrophe and s when a noun refers to time, space, and weight. Like today's lesson, a stone's throw, a pound's weight. You may hear these phrases quite often. They express possession, just like living things. Before I let you go, let's do a quick recap. In this lesson, we've learned how to show possession in English. Possession means ownership. When a living thing owns something, use an apostrophe and s for singulars and plurals that don't end in s. Use only an apostrophe for plurals that end in s or s sound. Since a non-living thing cannot own things, we use the or phrase, except for the cases we've just covered. Time to look at today's exercises. Can you tell if the underlined parts are okay? If yes, write okay. If not, correct it. The first one, I stay at the house of my sister. Who owns the house? My sister. My sister is clearly a living thing, and since it's a singular noun, we use an apostrophe and s. The second one, a village is a place, so not a living thing. We should use the or phrase. The sentence here is already correct, so just write okay. Got it? Now try it out yourself. I'll see you in the next video.